Whoa. Right, hopefully you can see me okay. I have been booted out of my house by my wife. It's my daughter's birthday. They're having friends round, so me and my son have come away in the van. We're in a car park and I'm going to go, what time are we at? It's nearly 4:30. So I'm going to go for a sunset, well maybe I might not stay up for sunset because I'm going to have the dog with me. But I'm going to go for an evening hike up a big mountain, and I'm going to go up it a different way, a way I've never gone up it before, so I'm quite excited about that. So I'm going to get my stuff ready, get packed up and go for a long dog walk up a mountain which is, I think it's just over 1,000 metres, so I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to shut up now and I'll report back when I'm on the trail. Right, let's get my stuff ready. So I set off and the weather was looking rather fine, as you can see. And the only concern I had was whether I was going to get both of us up to the top of this mountain, because once I came off this track I was on unknown ground and I wasn't sure if there was going to be a path which would allow the dog to get up easily. What a lovely evening. It's absolutely glorious, and there's a nice wee breeze down here, although I think further up it's going to be a bit more breezy, a strong wind, but I'll spin you around in a minute. I can see the ridge that I want to go up. The sun is now shining where I want to go. Right, wait a minute, hold on, wait Lexi. Right, just where the sun is illuminating the top of where I'm going, and it's a mountain called Meall nan, and the ridge that I'm going up is the ridge that you can see running left to right in your picture, right to the top. And although it's not the highest peak on this ridge, it's certainly the most interesting, and I've been up there countless times. I don't know, double digits anyway, but I've never ever come up this way, so I'm not sure if there's going to be a path or not. Oh, here comes the sun, lovely. And I know it's going to be breezy up there, but I'm really looking forward to getting up here. The ridge itself looks really quite nice. So yeah, enough talking, let's get walking. Right, Alex, let's go. Ooh. A wee bit more breezy up here. Oh, it's a bit boggy. I'm up onto the shoulder almost, and it's lovely, still lovely. I think it's going to be really windy on top, as I said before, and I feel a bit, I don't know if anybody might have commented already before you get here, but you remember that advert with the Tango Man? I feel a bit like that at the moment, and I've just put my hood up because I will be stopping shortly, I think, to put some more layers on and my beanie hat. But yeah, Tango Man, or what was the other thing somebody commented when I've got this gear on, is asked me whether I was sponsored by Iron Brew. Which I thought was pretty good, nice colour coordination. But anyway, lovely behind me there, those two peaks, that's Benmore and Stibinian, just looking lovely in the backlit by the sun. So yeah, I'm going to head on a bit further and maybe stop and get another layer on. So shall we go, Lexi? Let's go. Oh dear. Yeehaw. And this is the next pool, and hopefully the steepest part of the climb up here. Once I'm up here I should be near the top, I think. Can't wait to get there. So up I went, and the higher I go I actually found a path which was a relief for me, and more so for the dog, because if that grass had got any longer it was turning into a jungle for her. But yeah, upwards and onwards. Oh right, there's a wee knoll here, and I'm getting a wee bit of shelter here, so I'm going to stop and get my layers on. I think we're about a couple hundred metres from the summit vertically, so yeah, time to put a few layers on. I'm going to put Lexi's wee jacket on just now as well, so yeah, time to do that. I've actually got 2 extra layers. This is the first one. This is my faithful gilet, which, as I've said before, I've had this for years. I love it. It's just the right size and so comfortable. I do have another make the same, but the fit wasn't quite the same. It wasn't quite as large. There we go. So I'm going to put that on, and then I've got my blue jacket. Make sure that doesn't roll down the hill. Take the dog with it. You might have noticed as well, since I've got on the hillside, I've not let Lexi off the lead. I've got this extendable lead which is attached to my harness. So there's lots of sheep around about here. Although she's pretty good, she doesn't chase them, you never know. And out of respect to the hill farmers and the sheep, to be fair, I keep her on the lead in these when I see sheep about. There wasn't any further down, she was fine to just go along the path. But anyway, right, time to get her jacket on. Hey Lexi, put this on you. Good girl. Right, come. Let's see if we can get this over. Oh. Oh, that'll be keep it cozy. So on the wind at the top, might be a wee bit colder. So this will keep her. This will keep you warmer. There you go. There you are. Right. All I need to put on now is my beanie hat. I had my gaiters with me as well, but to be honest with you, I'll report back at the top about the path, but it's not been too bad. They've not been required as of yet. And I've got my sacks. Again, I'll go with that at the top. Right, Lex, let's go then. Good girl. Oh, you lead the way. Bit cozier now. Oh, lovely. The sun is staying out. Every now and again there's a few clouds drifting on by, but yeah, lovely evening. And this breeze is actually welcome. It's keeping me cool. Anyway, not far to go. Oh, it's a steep corrie, or a steep gully there. Wait a minute, Lex. Stay. Wow, right, so this is the bit I was looking forward to on the, when I looked at the map. Was from here on in, it's not a narrow ridge, but certainly the sides get steeper. And here, right down, there's a gully dropping down into the corrie, which is quite impressive. It's lovely, and it's always nice coming up places you've never been before. Well, routes up the mountain you've never been before, and I've never been up this hill this way. I've been up this hill, as I said, countless times, but this is fantastic. Almost feels like I'm doing a new hill. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this last section to the top. This is impressive, fantastic. Right. Dog's waiting on me, so I better go. Woo. Oh, this is lovely. This is what I was talking about. Wee path right on the edge of the precipice looking down there. Better watch my feet, don't want to trip up here. I think she's got the right idea. Staying away from the edge. Woohoo! What an evening. Lovely. Not be long till that sun is dipping towards the horizon. We were now approaching the top of the ridge, and the summit of Meall was getting closer. I could see it. It was almost within touching distance. But although you can't really make it out here, it was quite breezy as we approached the summit. But not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And the dog was having a grand time. And we were now onto the ridge proper and onto familiar territory. Anyway, it wasn't long until we were going to be reaching the top of the mountain. Oh, here's the summit of Meall. Woo! It's not as windy as I thought it was going to be. Right, let me just sit down here and I'll do a wee bit to camera and tell you what I've been doing and why this is my favourite summit on the ridge. Woo! Right, let's get a seat over here. Right, here I am. I'm just off the summit. The summit's literally about a metre behind the camera of Meall Garb. Should I say, it's not the highest point. This is the Tarmachan Ridge, but it's the finest point in the ridge. And this bit behind me is the only really bit which is narrow enough to get the heart race going, the pulse rate going when you're going across it, especially in winter. But there is a nice path all the way across it, and it's not too bad. Although I wouldn't fancy it in high winds or, as I said, on icy conditions. And the other side of it, there's a wee scramble to get up if you go the direct way up. But yeah, I'm really glad I've come up the shoulder, and there is quite a defined path up it. I don't know whether I just didn't get the path at the correct point coming off the main 4x4 track. But certainly as the ridge became more defined, the path certainly became more defined as well, and it's lovely. So I think what I'll do another time is come up in a anti-clockwise direction and go down following the path so I can see exactly where it comes out in the road. But Lexi seems to be okay. She's warm enough. She's got a wee treat in a minute. We're going to go back and head over the highest point on the Tarmachan Ridge, which is Meall nan Tarmachan, and then down that way. But it's just lovely. I'm going to sit here for a bit longer. It's quite clear. You stay there. It's quite a big drop down here. Yeah, lovely views over to Benmore and Stibinian and up Glen Lyon and over that way. So yeah, I am going to take some pictures, maybe do some time lapse, and then head over and I'll report back on the way over to Meall nan Tarmachan. That right, Lexi? You're enjoying the views as well, aren't you? Lovely. Ooh-wee. Right. That's Meall nan Tarmachan over there in the sunshine. That's the highest point, so I'm going to head up there and then follow the path down from there back to the van. Lovely, lovely evening though. Right, Lexi? So onwards we went, and as we headed down off Meall Garave, the looking back, it's just the best aspect of it. It looks nice and pointy, and it's a lovely looking hill on the ridge. And I maybe forgot to say, I didn't actually use my gaiters, and the reason being is I found the path, and once you're on the path, unless it's a really boggy path, it's usually fine without them, or I find that. You don't need to worry about heather dropping into your boots and all that sort of stuff. Oh, starting to feel a bit tired. Right, final pull. Right, I don't know if you can see over my shoulder, you can see the ridge that I came up. It looks quite nice from this angle. And the top, I don't know if it's, again, I don't know if I've got it in shot, but the top of Meall Garb looks fantastic from this angle. It's a wee nubbin, like a wee dragon's tooth. But that ridge was lovely. You can get a better perspective of it from here actually. It does look really nice from here. And it was the upper reaches of it which was the nicest part, which was lovely. So I can highly, highly recommend it. Right, the sun's lowering, so I need to get to the top of the Munro before heading down. But it's quite nice here because the easterly breeze, I'm out with the breeze at the moment because I'm in the shelter of the Munro. So I'm just taking my time. There's those layers and layers of mountains. It's one of those sort of evenings. But anyway, I'm getting quite hungry as well, so I need to get back to the van and yeah, get some tea. Right, Lex, let's go. Still a fair pull to get up there. Ooh-wee. There was still a bit of work to be done, and the sun was still shining at this point, but my only concern was getting back to the van before it was dark, although I did have 2 head torches with me. Anyway, after a wee bit of exertion, we were reaching the rather pathetic looking summit of Meall nan Tarmachan, which is the highest point on the Tarmachan ridge. It's a lovely viewpoint though. Oh, right, here I am on the top of Meall nan Tarmachan. I don't know if you can make out the cairn behind me. There, I think I've literally just made it in time. Look at that behind me, the sun lit rest of the ridge is looking fine, but since I left the pointed peak of Meall Garb, the clouds moved in over the Lord's Range. Look at that, it's kind of nice here because I'm in the sun. The sun's literally just underneath this cloud bank. And I think the cloud's going to win in a minute. I think we could be taken over, but this is just lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's almost like we're on the edge of a weather front, although it's just the weather, it's coming in from the east, so I think this is the har and what have you off the sea just coming in and starting to envelop the mountains. But yeah, about I don't know, an hour till sunset, 40 minutes, and I'm not going to stay up. I'm going to go back down. My son's in the van, and yeah, I'm going to go and cook some tea, get a cup of tea maybe as well, and chill with him for a while. But this is just absolutely lovely. It's a very nice conditions indeed. In fact, there's no wind here. I wonder if that's the wind. It's whistling over the top here. It's quite quiet, but yeah, what a place. Yeah, right, let's head back down to the van. Woo-wee! Right, got my hood up. It's not that windy here. I've come behind a wee knoll to get some shelter, but you can see the clouds in now. So I timed that quite well. Clouds in, that's Meall nan Tarmachan over there, and that's the ridge I came over my shoulder there. So you can see it had it been 10-15 minutes later, I wouldn't have got any views at all. So yeah, I'm going to head down. Behind me is Loch Tay, and yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to end the video here or not. I'm not sure. I might end the video here. Yeah, I'll end the video back at the car because I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow yet. So I eventually made my way back down to the van, and I was down plenty of time. It was just about dusk at this point, although the camera makes it look a lot later than it was. And my son was fine, he'd been doing some revision, so I just settled down for the night to see what the next morning would bring before deciding what to do the following day. Good morning. Well, you can probably tell that I didn't end the video last night. I woke up this morning and yeah, look at this. Isn't it just lovely? It's going to be a lovely morning. There's that cloud that was coming in from the east is still sitting over to the east, so the sun's just about to come out. I think I'm going to be in the sun very, very shortly. So still not sure. I'm either going to go up Meall or maybe up Meall Glass, possibly up to Ben Lawers. I'm not sure yet. Possibly I'll probably head up Ben Glass, because that way I'll be remaining in the sunshine, whereas if I go up the valley I'll be in the shade. So, but that might change. I've not made my mind up yet, but what a beautiful morning. Right, let's crack on, and yeah, I'll report back on my decision on which hill I'm going up in a wee while. Right, let's go. So onwards I went, and as I headed up the path, the band of cloud that was sitting out to the east actually moved in a little bit further, blocking the sun. So it wasn't as sunny as I was hoping it was going to be as I headed up, but I wasn't complaining because it was still pretty fine weather. Oh, here's the sun at last. And this is the first time the sun has come out. Come on you, let's go. She's going to go that way. Yeah, I'll tell you the way I came up and where I'm going. That's lovely. Well, as I said, oh, it's nice to be in the sun. And I ended up coming up the valley, and the reason being that the sun hasn't been out. And if I'd gone up the ridge, I would have been in the wind, because it's to be windy until later in the day. So I thought, come up the glen and I'll make a decision. So I'm now at the Bealach and I need to make a decision. So I'm going to go and sit, get a seat, get another layer on, and I'm going to make a decision on whether I'm going to go up Ben Lawers, which is over here. The other one you can see, this wee peak here is Anstook, or whether I'm going to go up Meall. So let's just sit for a minute. I'll maybe have some breakfast and just enjoy some sunshine. Right, Alex, let's get a seat somewhere. Come here. Come here. Get a sausage roll. Ooh, he's a girl. And you can see the dog's been a bit attentive. We've just shared a sausage roll, which I think is your favourite, isn't it? Fair. Anyway, I've made a decision. I'm not going to go up Ben Lawers. I'm going to go up Meall behind me, and there's a number of reasons for that. The first is, as you know, my son is still in the van, so the longer I'm away, I need to get back to him and back home. We've got a birthday today. Somebody's 18. I don't know how that happened. How can I have a kid that's 18? That's just that's a bit scary. Anyway, yeah, going to Ben Lawers a wee bit further. I've been there a million times. Been up this one a million times. So it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. I think Ben Lawers is going to be heaving, and I like a wee bit of solitude. So I think I'll head up here and just enjoy it. It's a nice wee steep pool, nice wee path up here, and a wee rounded summit. So I'll head up there and then yeah, just probably come back down the same way. Nice, easy, gentle gradient for my knee as well. So, this sun's quite nice now. I'll sit here for a wee bit longer and then we'll get moving. Don't want to get too cold, do we? I suppose. So we sat and shared another sausage roll for a wee bit of time, just soaking in the rays and enjoying the fact that I'd been banished from my house. It had given me this opportunity to be out both evening and morning. So sometimes being thrown out isn't all bad. Anyway, it was soon time to get the walking boots going again, as the next bit was going to be quite steep. Oh! Well, I was correct about that wind. There's a wee bit of a strong breeze now. I'm a bit higher in the mountain. I'm not far from the top of Meall nan Tarmachan, and the views are wonderful. I'm hoping when I get to the top, it's quite cold. It's an easterly breeze, and I can see some of the har and the fog out to the east. But I think out west it'll be nice and clear. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to the top, and I'll report back in a wee while when I'm at the summit. Right, come on Lex, let's go darling. Right, in you go. Bit of a pool. The summit, small pile of stones, Meall nan Tarmachan. Lovely. Might just have a wee seat here, out the wind, and chill for a minute before deciding which way to head back down. We sit here for a bit, Lex. Come, here we go. I'm going to have another sausage roll, aren't we? Getting here out of the shade, out of the wind. Oh, right, so I'm having a wee seat here. It is a bit breezy. It's a beautiful morning though. It's very, the views are fantastic out west specifically. The ones that always take the eye are Stibinian and Benmore when you're up on these hills, which are the next highest group, sort of close to here. But I can see we're up to Ben Nevis, Glencoe. It looks lovely out west. So yeah, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to head back down, so I'll report back in just a wee while. Whew. Tell you what, it's not warm, is it, Lex? Right, shall we have this sausage roll? This is what you're wanting, isn't it? You go then. Isn't it? There you go. Right. Shall we get going? You're getting cold, aren't you? Yeah, let's get moving. Right, let's go. Go on in. You having a wee snifter? Come on, you. Tangled up, doing my wee dance. Oh, oh, this is lovely. So I'm heading down the other shoulder. Hopefully you can see me. And the views are just fantastic. It's lovely, it's nice and grassy. There's a path down here. So I'm making a wee circuit of it today. I've never actually been down this way before, so yeah, it's keeping my interest peaked, shall we say. So I'll report back in a wee while. Right, come on, Lex. Oh, this is really nice. Let's go. Oof. Look at that view, Lex, eh? Fantastic. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's been a lovely day, and you know what? Last night, when I was talking about possibly finishing the video on Meall nan Tarmachan, the weather wasn't great, and I was kind of expecting to wake up this morning and the cloud to be in and it being quite windy in the tops. But when I woke up at 6 and looked out, I was like, oh, it's too good. It's too nice not to do something, so I'm really glad that I've made the effort and hauled my backside out of bed. It's just lovely. I mean, look at this. I don't know if you'll be able to make out behind me. You can see the mountains are lit up, and over here is where I was. That's Meall nan Tarmachan over there, looking fabulous in the loch down there. And you can still see over to Ben Nevis. It's just a lovely day, so I'm really glad that I made that wee bit extra effort to get up and out. So yeah, I'm speedily making my way down to the van. As I say, it's about time we're at 9 o'clock, so I should be down there about 9:30 and back home by lunchtime. So yeah, I'm going to finish the video here. Thank you very much for watching as always, and stay safe out there. I'll see you next Wednesday for another adventure. Right, Lex, shall we head back down and wake up with my son? Let's go. Wait.